These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Bruce via Wiser Now. I'm looking forward to the end of it as much as you are, but we'll see where it goes for the rest of the week. We should have a very interesting April Fool's Day coming up Saturday, so we'll see what that looks like for us. Frank26 says here are 3 clues that the 20K is a bunch of nonsense. Number 1, they told the citizens they're going to introduce new small category notes. Number 2, they told the citizens they're going to give them coins when they introduce the new small category notes. Number 3, they're gonna float. These 3 things have been told to the citizens of Iraq, so why bother with the 20K notes? All right, Mountain Goat article quote, the federal oil and gas law will be agreed upon soon. In another quote, there is an agreement between Baghdad and Erbil to enact the federal oil and gas law soon. Militiaman says what they're trying to do is adjust the official rate to the parallel market rate. They're at an official rate of 13.10, but the parallel market isn't quite the same. We'll have to see how they roll, whether it's at 15.70 or 11.32 to be determined. These are articles out that suggest we're going to 11.32, but it's not official yet. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. All right, Mark Z via PDK, Guru Nader did tell us, and I think it's very important. He says the process has started, and I couldn't agree more. I'm hearing this from all my sources that it has started. It cannot be pulled back. It is very well underway. None of us know the exact timing. We know that Kuwait did indeed RV during Ramadan. No matter what, we have a few interesting weeks ahead. All right, Frank26 Firefly. The IMF is doing interviews on the news on our Iraqi Channel 1. They're saying they're backing the 23 budget, and the president of Iraq is saying how Iraq needs to push and approve the oil and gas law as soon as possible because it's ready. A lot of news is popping up all over the place. Frank says, like we told you last week, this would be explosive because the media campaign that they are doing now with the monetary reform at the beginning of next month, it will be really loud. Claire article quote, member of parliamentary finance, the stability of the dollar exchange depends on the government's control of the market. Quote, the dollar began to decline continuously against the dinar as a result of these packages that met most of the Iraqi market's requests, noting that this contributed to reducing the difference between the official and parallel exchange rate, pointing out that most markets began dealing in the Iraqi dinar and this will contribute to its support. Bruce via Wiser Now says we have information from a source that's very strong that says Saturday, yes, April 1st is the day that all funds start flowing. What makes this time different is that Iraq finally made their way onto Forex Wednesday, the 29th of March. For the first time in, I'm going to say almost 20 years, on the Forex. Not an exotic currency, but as a real bona fide currency that's been revalued and has a new value that is probably being traded up as we speak. We've been waiting for that to show up, and now we've got to see how that manifests. Deepwood's question, the prevailing opinion is the 1-to-1 exchange rate. Is this 20K note about to throw us off of that? Deepwood says not to throw you off. I believe it's simply to make their mathematics simpler for the banks. Having more denominations is like having more tools in your toolbox. This to me is another good sign that progress is being made. The CBI is preparing themselves. The IMF refers to this as binary decimal triplets, 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, etc. CBI is filling in the missing links. All right, Mark Z via PDK, not a huge amount of news today, but all continues to be very positive. We are hearing good things about the weekend. It could be premature. We will see. It's best to stay grounded in this process. Pimpy says we need to combat that open market, so every time they increase the value for the IQD, it keeps screwing up the criminals who keep going out there on the black market and getting IQD for 1750 or 1550 dinars for every dollar. Turn around, sell them back to the bank at a rate for 1300 for every dollar. They're profiting around 200 IQD for every dollar, buying them off the black market, and that's what they're doing. Back and forth and forth. You need to do something that just screws them over. One of those things are just increase the value of the IQD. You won't have such a black market. Frank26 question, what about taxes on the RV? Frank says there are many of you that believe you're not going to be paying taxes on this transaction. When was the last time that our government allowed you to not top pay taxes on the money you earned? You're going to pay taxes. Stop kidding yourself. Note, at the appropriate time, consult your tax advisors to determine the right taxes for your unique circumstances. And lastly, Bruce via Wiser Now. It appears that the kickoff day for this could be somewhere around the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It could be we don't get started on Saturday, for example. It may defer to Monday. Money is really supposed to be flowing on Saturday, April 1st. I think we're in a really good place.